Hey, everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. I am so excited. Oh, hold on just one second. I gotta grab something really special. It's the Coors wristlet. Michael Kors Jet Set Continental Perforated Leather Wristlet. Gonna give one of these away today. It might be Friday the 13th. And for some people, that's unlucky. For everybody who's with me, come on, from across the country and across the globe, it is time for 10 at 10 again with Toni Blake right here at Apartment Leasing Fabulous Fundamentals. So we have been talking last week, and I'm doing part 2 of Get Your Gandhi On, Lessons from Gandhi in Reputation Management. I think that's so funny because, seriously, we should be talking peace, not war, right? Peace. And so I love taking the quotes from Gandhi and threading them through the program. So I know there are some curious viewers who, oh, please tell me, who is going to win this beautiful wristlet? Well, first of all, I want to say kudos to Kelly Johns Talbot, to Mary Flores, and to Monica offered great comments. However, Lori Bragg Torres, you are the winner of the For Rent prize. Thank you, forrent.com. What a gorgeous prize. How amazing. Now, don't be sad because I have one more. So this week, pay attention to the content and then give me great comments at the end. And you might want to stack the deck in your favor, like have your friends come and like it so that you can push yourself closer to the win this week at 10 at 10. So let's get our Gandhi on and let's talk a little bit about this week's lesson. So my quotes for this week are this: where there is love, there is life. Gandhi. Yes. And I say, where there is love, there is a positive review. We are going to look for love moments. What do you love about your life in our community? Every time we find a love moment, we have the opportunity to inspire a positive review. Here's our second quote. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. Gandhi. And I said what he said. When it comes to reviews, I want to talk to you today about responding to them and how important your response strategy is. And I have the 10 at 10 totally fantastic response rules that I'm going to share with you today. So I want you to remember from last week that you can change your stars. You don't sit around and wait for your stars to change. It's not wishing and hoping and praying that like a resident will just fall from the sky and change my stars. No, this is on you. It's your job to feed Google. Turn to somebody right now in your office and say, this year, we're gonna feed Google. This year, we're gonna feed Google. We are gonna feed Google. You know why? Because we can. Because every week you could upload something really fantastic about your community, and I want to talk to you about a 52-week Google feeding schedule. That's right, a Google feeding frenzy. I want you to take charge of your online reputation and start adding your story to the world, that big bad internet world. So what you're going to want to do is choose a variety of, I don't know, let's say 10 really fantastic places and spaces online where you can start to build your story. When you get your story, one week go to Google+, the next week go to Yelp, the next week go to Google reviews, then Flickr, then YouTube, then Facebook, then Pinterest, then Twitter, then Yahoo, then blogging, and then slide share it, and then go back to Google+. Think about how you could create a content strategy so that you are constantly uploading great stories. Imagine this, at the end of 2017, you, my friends, have got 52 amazing positive moments that you captured. I see love. Somebody loves my property, loves my fitness center, loves my resident. Hey, they love me. You know, you're not allowed to love them back. That's right. You can get in trouble. You're not allowed to show your unit. That's just one of my favorite. I'm sorry. So I want to talk to you about a really cool video that Doug shared with me yesterday, and I just was all over it, Tonto. It's called Secrets of the Science of Persuasion. Ooh, and there's 6 of them. But the one that I want to talk to you about is called consensus. It is a science of persuasion, consensus. And what the secret of consensus says that people will look to the actions of others to determine their own decision, right? And so they look to the actions of others to determine their own decisions. So if we're going to show an apartment, don't you think we should show consensus along the tour? Oh, that's good, isn't it? That's good. Now, I want you to think about how you can take your positive online reviews and print them, post them, turn them into a paper airplane and hang them from the ceiling with the message down. Think about how you could display, and imagine that you pick 5 areas of your community, or I don't know, 10 areas of your community, and you're going to spotlight it. Find positive reviews that highlight that same thing. Why not have positive reviews from residents in the workout facility? And then when you go show it, boom, there it is, right? I had a client that did beautiful standing messages that were huge, but I've also seen them in a little tent card. So I want you to get your Gandhi on, and I want you to pull that great text off of the internet, and I want you to produce it. I'm going to change my stars into the love of the residents. The other thing that you can do is once you've transformed a review from one site into a gorgeous JPEG, why not share it on another site? My beautiful friend, Kate Good. Hey, Kate. Mwah. Love you, baby. Kate Good, in her record-breaking lease up Vargo on the Lake in Houston, Texas, she wasn't getting all of the Yelp reviews that she really wanted, but she had fabulous Facebook reviews. That's smart, pretty Kate Good. She took a picture of her Facebook or a screenshot and converted it into a JPEG that she uploaded into the pictures at Yelp. Did you follow that? Because every review site has a place that says add photos. So my friends, let's get our Gandhi on. Let's find those love moments, turn them into a positive review, and let's add photo. You're loving this. I know you are. Turn to somebody in your office right now and go, I love this. So for those of you who have been around me for a while, you know I love my pic monkey. PIC, monkey around with a picture, picmonkey.com. PicMonkey is a great place to be able to convert like basically a screenshot of a ad or a review on Facebook that, by the way, shows both their first and last name, to just a handwritten note where you can pull their Facebook profile off and then get them to approve that JPEG for publishing in other spaces from that resident that already loves you. I was working with a property in Omaha end of the year, and they had 35 amazing reviews, 35 moments of consensus that they could sprinkle on to the tour route, sprinkle consensus into that tour process. All right, so the other way you're gonna change your stars is in responding to the reviews. So I wanna go over our 10 rules. You ready? Number 1, always respond. When you're non-responsive, you are judged by being absent. It's like guilty by omission. When you don't say anything and you're not responsive, bad rules. So let's make being respond every year, every one. The number 2 is supervisor approval. Don't ever post a review that somebody else hasn't looked at. Because sometimes we can get a little personally upset about it, and we might lean and have a little bit of a voice in there that we don't want to use. So always make sure, and besides that, you are the representative and the fiduciary of the asset right now, but maybe not forever, and those reviews seem to hang around forever. Number 3, always speak to the entire community. Don't do first person. Don't speak directly to the person who posted it. Speak to everyone who's reading that. Speak to the future resident. Speak to the resident. So I never direct my response directly back to that person. I direct it to the whole community. Here's the thing that's very helpful. When you speak in second person, not first person to the person, but second person to the community at Yelp, the community of Google, and you address me, the one who is reading this now, it's a lot easier to be nice. a lot easier to not share back any anger, and a lot easier to get your Gandhi on and show peace. So number 3 is always speak to the entire community. Number 4, respond first and establish your presence in that space. It's like, can you imagine a school teacher leaving a classroom? What are the kids gonna do? When authority leaves the space, everybody acts up, right? But when authority comes into that space and a person sees that you are present and accounted for, that you read and respond to every review, I'm gonna tell you immediately, the tone in that space changes. So let's be present. That is rule number 4. Number 5, oh my God, you know how I love my stuff enough for all of you? You are all gonna love this one. Number 5 is add your contact information at the end of every response. Some of you are gonna have to go back in and edit your responses, because here's what we found out. Testing with a property in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Texas. I'm sorry, I got the cowboy logo in my head. Man, it's football playoffs. Okay, I can't be distracted. Stay on task. So I was doing this property in Dallas. And I said to her, you know, let's speak to the whole community, but let's say, call us. All the reviews acted like we weren't available. Well, we are available. So we said, here's our phone number, call us. Here's our office hours. We're here right now. Here's the number, call us, we're here right now, right? And then we said, here's our email, you know, send us an email, here's our website. And so we put that at the end. Do you know what? The very first week that we did that, we started getting calls. We got leases. We got leads and leases from apartmentratings.com. Bam, I dropped the mic, but I got 5 more to get through real quick. Number 6, give it a truth test. Don't speak to a lie. Don't speak to a lie. If it's a lie, don't speak to it. Only speak to the truth. Do not discuss, debate, correct, finger point, review a situation. It is a trap. Don't get caught up in the he said, she said. Sometimes you actually want to change the conversation. We had, unfortunately, somebody take a picture of a drug needle out at a children's playground. And you know that apartment ratings, you can upload a photograph. Well, they did. The truth was, it was a mother with just gestational diabetes while she was pregnant, and it was a mistake. It was accident. It fell out, you know. And so, but do I go back to the conversation and say, well, you know, and explain it? No, I'm not gonna have a conversation about a drug needle out of the kids' playground. Here's what we did. We rented a cotton candy machine, and we got the cotton candy machine out of the playground. We went and knocked on doors. We got tons of residents out of the playgrounds. We did this whole photo shoot of people playing and having fun on the playground, and bam, that's what we uploaded. And so it was fantastic. And then we just put a link to it in the conversation. Number 8, apologize and know how to apologize. Research it. There's 4 steps to an apology. Number 9, share progress and positive news in your response. And number 10, post positive messages with positive reviews. Let's not ignore the people who have posted. And my final tip from Toni on Get Your Gandhi On is this. I want you, if anybody posts online, to go to their door. And if they are positive and they did not ask for one bit of service, I want you and your service team to go knock on their door and say, you know what? We appreciate all that positive review, but is there any way that we can serve you? Isn't that good? That's right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to share this. Tell me where you're from. Let's have a great conversation this week. We are once again, and it's the last one. I'm going to give away one more beautiful Michael Kors wristlet. And the way that you win this is to give me a conversation, post a review idea for the tour route. I want to see what you guys would do. Give me your rules to respond, and get your friends to like your conversations so that you are the undisputed champion winner of this beautiful wristlet. And don't forget, make sure and have a conversation with your For Rent team. Thank them so much for these beautiful gifts. And check out that white glove thing they got going on. It is amazing. Again, thank you for being here at 10 at 10. Have a great Friday the 13th.